Hey guys, welcome back to my channel where I talk about the NWSL, women's soccer, just soccer, only soccer. Next week is going to be a very busy week with the She Believes Cup and the Arnold Clark Cup. There's also a lot of international games outside of that going on as well. I want to add that if you are interested in watching the Arnold Clark Cup, you can find the matches on Paramount Plus. It's pretty awesome because you can either watch the games live or you can come back and watch them later. I say that because a lot of the games are in the morning or the afternoon, usually at times when people are at work. So with Paramount Plus, it's good to be able to watch them whenever you want. I'm also not sponsored by Paramount Plus. That's pretty important as well. That all being said, let's get into the main news. So Arnim Whisler, founder and majority owner of the Chicago Red Stars, released a statement in regards to the abuse allegations surrounding former Chicago Red Stars head coach Rory Dames. It's important to note that when Molly Hensley Clancy broke the first story she did last year on Rory Dames emotionally and verbally abusing Red Stars players, Arnim Whisler didn't release a statement. I was getting a sense that he may have been waiting for things to blow over, and it kind of did. People weren't really talking about it as much, and there were even commentators saying stuff like it's normal for coaches to yell and get angry, and that players shouldn't be playing if they're going to get their feelings hurt. Now that we have former youth players coming forward saying Rory Dames was verbally and emotionally abusive, with even parents and coaches witnessing the abuse, this is more than just coaches angry today. This is something that needs to be taken seriously, and Arnim Whisler can't hide from this anymore because he himself was very much compliant when it came to Rory Dames' abusive behavior to Christen, Jen Hoy, and former and current Red Stars players. I'll get into that a little later, but Arnim Whisler did release a letter or statement on the Chicago Red Stars website, and it reads, "A letter from Arnim Whisler, founder of the Red Stars. My family and I have been supporting women's soccer since the founding of the Chicago Red Stars in 2007. From the outset, our goal has been to build a sustainable league for women to achieve their professional dreams in a positive and healthy environment. We have dedicated our hearts, time, and resources to accomplishing those goals, but in spite of this commitment, we have not yet reached all of our goals. I have spoken with many players, and the experiences they have told me about are unacceptable. I am further heartbroken this week after learning about the allegations from former youth players that involved the Red Stars' former coach at the youth club he founded. There is no place for abuse of any kind in soccer or anywhere. The past few months have been a time of deep humility, contrition, and reflection for me. I have always strived to ensure that everyone hired in our environment is of high character and shares our positive values. But we have not always succeeded. For that, I am sorry. I'll continue to be accountable for what happens in the club, but I have also made changes to the organization that will allow us to do better. Specifically, in addition to adding new investment partners, we have expanded club oversight and management to include new executives and a newly formed board of directors with an advisory board. Our chief business officer, Vicki Lynch, runs the club as our lead executive and reports to the board. Going forward, our HR executive will also directly report to the board. Our newly appointed associate GM, former Red Stars player Michele will ensure that the head coach will no longer have primary responsibility for contracts and player personnel matters. We in the NWSL have also implemented other changes to our processes and personnel to ensure we have a safe, supportive environment for players and staff. This message is not the end of the discussion. Our work is not done. We commit to listening more actively and to supporting our players, staff, and our fans. We pledge to better align our actions with our values. our board and our management will guide the Red Stars into the future and are focused on building a world-class club that prioritizes player and staff health, safety, and wellness. We appreciate all of your ongoing support and your commitment to moving forward together. Signed, Arnim. So that's the letter from Arnim. Do with that information as you may. I'll leave a link in the description if you would like to read it for yourself. I find it interesting that Arnim has spoken to players and listened to their experiences and how he strived to ensure everyone hired is of high character. He admits that he failed, and that's kind of an understatement, especially when Arnim Whisler knew this whole time Rory Dames was emotionally and verbally abusing the Red Stars players. In fact, he knew since at least 2018. So let's go back to 2014. U.S. Women's National Team and then Red Stars player Christen reported Dames' behavior to the U.S. Soccer and Sunil Gulati, the president of U.S. Soccer at the time, and he had dismissed her. In 2017, Christen requested to be traded because of Dames' treatment towards her. In the following year, 2018, Christen filed a formal complaint against Rory Dames, sparking an investigation by U.S. Soccer. Christen and her former teammates told similar stories about Rory Dames' abusive behavior to investigators. So going to my script and notes from the video I did last year, the article then says, the Red Stars majority owner, Arnim Whisler, who had worked with U.S. Soccer to help found the league in 2012, was aware of the 2018 investigation against Dames at the time. Two people with knowledge of the investigation said, and was informed by investigators of some of the players' allegations as part of an interview. So we have another owner who knew about the allegations and didn't do much about it. That quote, besides the last line, was taken directly from Molly Hensley Clancy's first article. Arnim Whisler was informed and made aware of players' allegations against Dames by investigators and did nothing. Again, this was back in 2018. He knew and allowed Dames to continue to coach 3 more seasons and even allowed Rory Dames to resign instead of firing him. Rory Dames resigned last year because he knew the Washington Post was preparing to release an article about him abusing NWSL players. I think it was, so he resigned and then the next day the article by the Washington Post came out. Going back to Arnim's statement, he says that he has spoken to players and found what they experienced unacceptable. Like, did you not find what they experienced back in 2018 unacceptable, or even way before then unacceptable? Like, what changed from then to now? Because you seemed okay with it back in 2018. If you were informed by investigators of players' allegations against Rory Dames, why did you wait this long to finally talk to the players? Did you not talk to the players back in 2018 about the allegations? There are so many things here that are just not adding up. When it comes to Arnim Whisler's statement, I deem it pretty sus. Anyway, the links to the articles and videos I made in the past regarding this whole situation are linked in the description. That being said, that is all I have for you guys today or tonight. I didn't intend for this video to be that long. I have to go and prepare for both the She Believes Cup and Arnold Clark Cup. That being said, that is all I have for you guys today or tonight, and I'll see you all in the next one. Later.